Do holograms and light fields and 3D images have a future for telling stories about spaces? This is Emily, and I am going to demonstrate a virtual tour that I made using a spatial video. This is a 3D holographic display. Now, of course, I'm doing this with like showing you what it looks like from my camera over the video, but the point was is I wanted to demonstrate like that you could use a 3D holographic camera, but what happens is that you need this display, right? You need this special holographic display, and not everybody has that. It's expensive. It's about $600 to get this, about $600 to get this with tax. And then one of the things that I feel like happens in this tour is that there's this parallax, right? We see that it's 3D, but it's got a little bit of clipping. And so it gives you this like liquidy, kind of glitchy feel to it. So how you would even edit this, and okay, we can look at it in 2D mode, and that kind of removes the parallax and removes the glitchiness. But then, I wasn't white balancing, I wasn't lighting the scene, I was just walking through and not on a gimbal because it was on this tablet. But I think that my takeaway is that then I was like, okay, well, what if I just do single images? And you won't really be able to see the depth here because this is, well, maybe you see the difference switching from 3D to 2D and then back, right? You can see that there's a slight difference in the way that the image looks, and you get the flicker. Not only do you get the flicker, I feel like there's this like watery, it's kind of like a watery aura that happens in the imagery. And so one of the things we could do is we could look at all of the chipsets that are in this, and you could say, okay, well, this is Qualcomm, and this is this particular type of liquid crystal display, and it's this type of light field camera that's being used that has depth. And I think that that's really one of the key takeaways, is that you have the ability to toggle between how much depth you want and how much of a holographic look you want it to have. But like this room looks really dreamy and is really beautiful, but there's that flicker right there, which I just think detracts from the real estate itself, which is very beautiful and shouldn't be something that feels like you're struggling to view it. That image is probably the strongest of the whole set from a composition standpoint. And then of course, like, how do you light? Like, it's sort of the same challenges that you would have with video. So I took all of these images, and then if you exit out of here and you want to really see what's going on, here's me, right? And this is too much depth. Like, this is showing you what's happening, is that the backwards facing camera in this case right here, that camera, which it also has the light field sensors on the front, is giving me a depth image. So it's giving time of flight, and then obviously, like, the closer it is, the wider it appears in that grayscale, and that's what's happening in the image when we are shooting video or we are taking still images with this light field camera. So I just wanted to illustrate that, yes, you can do HDR. Yes, you can, shoot pictures of yourself. This is me just trying to shoot a video talking about it. But it's just not quite there yet in terms of how to monetize this and how to use this with a client. I wish that it were, because I think it's amazing, but we're just still getting there. And hopefully we'll be able to have something in the future that can be used for real estate and can be used to tell stories with a hologram. And when that day comes, I definitely think, this is the key. This piece right here, which is the depth sensor, and that can be something that you modify here, right, and bring in, and then right there, that's about the sweet spot. Okay, so it does take some familiarizing yourself with the technology, and then once you familiarize yourself with the technology, maybe we can master this and come up with some new use cases and new ideas for it. So let me know what you think. Do holograms and light fields and 3D images have a future for telling stories about spaces? Well, they must. And, Gaussian splats and nerfs and light field will all be heading us in that direction. But in the meantime, where can we jump in and where can we use it to create new ways of telling stories about the real world? All right, let me know what you think. Thanks.